this is Zoe Tant, the Tantalising Stamper. I'm showing you today a little gift box that I made that contains a lot of lovely Christmas Santa hat tags that I made as a demonstration for the demonstrators globally, having been part of the Sales and Promotions Council this year, and I was sent a set to make lots of different samples to show people, and this is one of the tags. So really simple, but really super cute for Christmas. And I decided that it would be great for craft fairs, or if you wanted to give little neighbour gifts, teacher gifts, to make a set of tags and put them in a little box like this. So I'm going to show you how to make the box, and then I'll show you what you do with the die pieces to make the Santa hat. So first of all, I'm starting with a piece of 10 by 18 centimetres, and for anyone wanting it in inches, I will add them in the comments of this video, and you can also find it on my blog where there will be photographed templates for you to follow. Okay, so 10 centimetres by 18. So on the short side of this card, so i.e. the 10 centimetre side, I'm going to score at 3 centimetres and 5 centimetres, and then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score at 5.5, 8.5, 14 and 17. We can put this out of the way, and then just so that you can see what pieces you need to cut away, I'm just going to mark it with a pen. So you'll go down the score line there and across there and take all of that out, and you'll also take this small rectangle out at the bottom here. So I will now do that, and I'm going to use my trimmer for some of it just to get some neat edge, make sure I've got, well, more straight rather than neat, just in case my scissors wobble. So do that, and then we can line that score line up again. And of course you could just cut this right from the start, but I'm trying to show it. Oh, I need new blades. I'm trying to show it to make it really simple so you can just follow it, and ideally don't, when you do it, draw it with black pen. This last little piece is going to be a flap, so I will cut that slightly differently with a pair of scissors and move that out of the way. And I'll just move my trimmer. And then we need these flaps so that we can tuck them underneath. So I don't know about you, but I like to just triangle it slightly around the score line I've created, just so that I don't get any edges overhanging, and it all just makes it slightly less bulky. I'll put that there, and these are going to fold, so we can just on the fold lines now, and that one is as well. Okay, but I'm going to flip it over because I'm going to fold it so that it comes round and tags in here. And in fact, if we do that first, then when I add some designer paper on here, it will hide this little flap. So if we just pop a little bit of glue, I've lost my glue that works. Now, you might find it easier to do with double-sided tape. It's entirely up to you. So if we just hold that there for a second. And then while we're waiting for that to dry, I've got some paper and I want to cut a 5 centimetre strip. I'm going to take it all the way down. But then for this piece in here, so that it decorates it like this one, I'm going to cut it at roughly 6.5, so that will then at least sink down. It'll leave a nice border here of the red, but will actually go to the bottom of the box. And it also, as I mentioned before, hides that little flap that we've tucked in already. Then I also want to decorate the front of the box here, the side and this side. And those are the same, it's 5 cent. I need the 5 centimetre strip, which I've still got, but I want one piece that is 1.5 by 2.5. So if I cut that one and then cut that in half, I've got 2 pieces that are 1.5 by 2.5. And then I can cut another one that is 1.5 by 5 to go across the front. We can put them out the way. So we've got those. So that piece has dried, so we can now add this. Obviously the nice thing about the papers is they're double-sided, so you can, that clearly doesn't want to work today. So if we pop that in like so, and the beauty of the wet glue here is that you can, although you can't see the bottom, you can slide this around to get it where you want it. And to add black fingerprints as well. But never mind. You won't do this because you've seen that I messed it up, so it'll remind you not to. And then we can go round and pop these pieces on the edges. And of course, as we know in papercraft, if we do get fingers like that, we can put gems on them. Or in a moment, I have the perfect thing to put on that piece of green. And our final piece on the edge goes here. Inside out. But yeah, as I was saying, we can put gems on. And if it wasn't Christmas, there's always a butterfly to cover up these messy faux pas. So now I'm going to just tuck those 2 smaller pieces down. And I like this to fold backwards. So I will pop that one down, add some glue, remembering that I've cut triangles, so don't go too far. And then I can fold this one on top and get it square. That's my box almost done. But now, with a piece that I cut off when I was cutting my original 10 by 18 rectangle, I have enough here to stamp and put a little piece of decoration across the back. Now, I know that this is 5.5 centimetres, so you can either take it that it only crosses the green, which would be 5, or to make it easy, we can cut a piece that's 5.5. This is wider than I probably need it to be, but I'm going to stamp it, and I'm using one of the stamps from the Sending Cheer stamp set, because there's Sending Cheer stamps and dies in the Sending Cheer bundle, and that is coming very, very soon in the winter catalogue. So I'm going to just edge that along, make sure I can't see the ink along the cut line, trim that, and it's perfect. There we go. You can make it narrower, do something different, whatever. If we put some glue on again, and spread it out a little bit better. And of course, now we can cover my naughty fingers in. Just pop that there. And then I've also used the stamps. I've pre-stamped and die cut some holly. And then for my set of tags, I added, you can stamp the berries and just use that piece, or you could stamp them and die cut them, stamp them on white and die cut them. But I found that it was just as easy to die cut this piece and then add some gems. So on my original ones, I used these festive pearls. I'd ran out of red, so I used the silver ones, which still makes them sparkly. And I've used a Stampin' Blend, any red, because let's face it, red works well for Christmas. But this time I'm going to use some rhinestones and do exactly the same. Just colour them very gently, hoping not to mess up my nib anymore. Nice sparkly ones. And then I can add those. In fact, I'll let those dry a moment, seeing as my luck with messy fingers isn't great today. Put a little bit of glue on there. Put that on. Can then add that backing, which just gives a bit more sturdiness to it. But it would be your choice, of course. And I can use my picker tool. In fact, I think I use the pokey bit just to gently lift these gems and pop them on. So if you're a bit of a like red and green and Santa and holly, this is the perfect bundle for you. Ooh. And then we'll let the glue dry before we try and smudge it and get more black everywhere. So that then takes 10 tags very nicely. They just slot in behind each other like that. You can see my original one, so they're all in there. What I found was that you could either tuck the ribbons behind, hold them all and then stack them, or in actual fact it works quite nicely to just loop them over the back like so. And then the actual tags are made by using the dies from Sending Cheer, so, and it cuts the hole specially for you. You can then put a thin slither of glue. She says thin and it's heavy-handed. Add your Santa fur, whatever, fur, fluff, white stuff. And the same, it's probably easier to put a little bit of glue on there and then add the pom-pom that again you can die cut. And then you can add, as I did previously with the box, you can add a holly sprig if you want to for a little bit more decoration. But it makes it a really cute gift for neighbours, teachers, pre-Christmas gift. You could put it in a little cello bag with a bow and it would make a really helpful gift for friends and neighbours. So I hope you like it and enjoy making it. You can find more about it on my blog, stampingscene.blogspot.com, and you can also then in the comments of the video or on my blog find templates like this with inches, or templates like this with centimetres. They'll be posting very shortly. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Christmas!